Welcome, everybody. Episode 47 of the latest. We had to confirm that. Long week. You may be noticing we're starting on a Friday this week, which actually isn't bad completing the week. I was thinking about it, Fred. Maybe we should talk about is Friday good? Maybe every other Friday's not good for you, but we can figure it out. Um, right in a week now, I feel like I've been every day, some stuff going on.
Mhm.
Football season makes it a little, do some things, but got to keep going and catching up on all the AI.
And plus, it's the World Series. It's your California versus my Canadian Toronto. So this is good.
Exactly, right? It should be really good.
Yeah, Dodgers Jays game one tonight.
Right.
A little sports news in our tech latest talk. Dave, where should we start? Should we start small or start big?
Yeah, no, well, we could go right to the big announcement this week, right? Which I think would be, I mean, I know there were many as usual, but I think Atlas, right?
I think Atlas. That's right. For anybody that didn't know, OpenAI's ChatGPT made a browser. Do you have it teed up? Do you want me to?
Could you
Uh,
do it? I don't have it on this computer.
yeah, I've got it. It's just where is it? Because I've got all these great things open. There we go. Okay. The funny thing is, it just looks like a browser. So let's share it.
I,
So it looks like this. Oh, and there's even an update. Look at that. This thing is brand new and there's an update, which I kind of feel like I should do. So let's use the browser to show what it is. So, if I said Chat GPT Atlas, right? So it's a Chromium platform, right? And now it looks like a browser. It's a very familiar look.
Okay,
Uh,
so Chromium is the open source version of Chrome, and it's the same one that the Cosmic browser from Perplexity was built on, right?
I think so. So the way to look at it like this, you can see there's a new tab button so you can make tabs. At the top, I've got an Atlas browser recommendations, a sign in, LinkedIn, and chatgpt.com. You have your homepage, you can search, right? So I can get what are essentially Google results. I can make images, right? Or I can look at images from the internet and I can search for videos on the topic, like the keyword I entered, right? Which is ChatGPT Atlas. So it works very much like a Google or a Bing or a Yahoo that you can search for videos, images, web results, and then inside ChatGPT itself. Now at the top, it's citing the references. So it's telling me where it came from. So it's information from ChatGPT itself. I can scroll across. So I'm using my mouse trackpad to scroll across. It goes to Wikipedia, right? It goes to CNN. So you can see where the information is coming from and Reddit, right? And these are the images I can look at. And then I can zoom in and it gives me information, right? We're not here to tell you about this particular query. We're just looking at the format. The format is home, web search, images, and video, a scroll across bar, the images carousel, and then it's giving me like a quick article on whatever it is I asked for. I can copy it, like it, share it, try again. I can branch it into a new chat, have it read it to me, or I can check the sources and opens
Mhm.
up like a side menu here, right? So the idea, I believe, David, is that when you're, I don't know, let's just go here, right? Now I'm in this website seeking alpha, right? And I think the idea is on the side, I get this like sidekick. And at the bottom here, let's open up this window a bit more. The purpose of using a browser with an AI, you see, if I move my mouse over to this side column, the cursor changes to a left and right arrow. And if I click it and drag, I can change the size of this sidekick menu, right? You see that? So now it looks more like something new. On the right-hand side is ChatGPT talking about this website. And I know that it's there because right here, this rectangle at the bottom tells me that it's talking about this website. I think that in a nutshell, David, is what this thing is. So um, I asked Atlas browser in ChatGPT. I said, think about what you know about me, because I've given it a decent amount of information and my business goals. And I said, recommend the top 3 to 5 things I should be doing with this Atlas browser. I recommend everybody, like, if you're going to try this, try that. And it said I could turn it into my command deck. I could build and test funnels. I could use live research mode. I could run a pitch prep, and I could automate knowledge capture and retrieval. And we went through some instances. You could go to LinkedIn and have it do things for you. You can make it do tasks. So
What
you
would
can
it?
be
What on LinkedIn would you have it do?
like, go to LinkedIn and look for latest podcast with David and Brad. All right. Look at this. It found episode 44 of the latest. So it went to I think because I'm signed in, it went to my LinkedIn.
Right.
So can you go to the site and show me? I'm just getting it. Open the LinkedIn in a tab. I'm just working out how to do this because this is super, super new. Um, so here's the link. If you want, I can open a tab and send you a screenshot. I'll just say yes. I'm learning that you might have to push this agent a little bit, but here you go. It says opening tabs. So it opened up a tab of my LinkedIn. Like, it's a start. Some people are like, wow, this is underwhelming, but it's just a start. So now it opened it up, and look at that. It found episode 44 right there in my LinkedIn. So I think you could start to use it and be like, I'm looking for this within my LinkedIn. I watched someone else do it where they said, here's my business aim. Who are 5 people I should invite to my hosted Zoom call? And then go to LinkedIn and add them and send them a message. And it did.
Wow. So it did in a connect with an add message and then included in the message. Interesting.
Yep. Yep. And I don't want to figure that out right here. This was 2 days ago and I've been busy at different activities. Um, it's possible. It's coming. This stuff is so new. It's hard to keep up with because there's more new stuff. You tell me if we should continue.
Oh, here, and I've got one I can show real quick.
Yeah.
Here, it actually just because it is World Series time, Brad, and
Mhm.
I apologize ahead of time for us. This banking we're going to give you guys in the World Series.
Yay.
We're gonna. Hey, it should be good. It should be good. It'll be a good game. I'm kidding. I do remember when Joe Carter hit that home run. I was working in the Silicon Valley at an event, a client event, and then he hit that home run to win it. I'm sure you remember that.
Oh yeah.
But because Major League Baseball is happening, I found a 5-minute deep dive into how they're using Gen AI in MLB.
Like
Interesting.
me, you've probably noticed the ground shifting beneath us. The way we reach and engage fans is evolving, fast, and right in the middle of that shift, generative AI. At first, I'll admit, I wasn't sure if this was just another tech fad, but the more I looked into it, the more I realized this isn't hype. It's a real, practical tool that's already reshaping how we tell stories, scale content, and personalize the fan experience. Let's start with the big picture. Traditional regional sports networks, they're facing major headwinds. The league is experimenting with national strategies and even managing local rights for some teams. At the same time, generative AI is emerging as a powerful asset. The timing couldn't be better. Why? Because content demands are exploding. We've got hundreds of games, dozens of stories per game, and fans who expect instant, relevant, high-quality coverage. Generative AI is stepping in to handle a lot of that heavy lifting. We're already seeing it with things like automated game summaries and news articles. The Associated Press, for instance, is using AI to cover minor league games at scale. That's allowing them to report on way more events than ever before. For us, it's the same story. AI helps us do more with less. But this isn't about replacing people. Not even close. It's about partnering with the tech. AI handles the first draft, the facts, the play-by-play summaries, and that frees our human journalists and producers to dig deeper. to focus on the rich storytelling and analysis that connects with fans on an emotional level. Even better, generative AI can tailor content to different segments. It can break down a game in a stats-heavy format for our diehards, while offering a highlights-only version for more casual viewers. That
Wow,
kind of
this is
micro-targeting
a
just
big
wasn't
commitment
feasible before.
to
And yes, we're even
tech.
exploring AI-driven commentary bots. They're not replacing our talent, but they can enhance it, delivering real-time insights backed by data,
Wow.
especially for smaller leagues or international markets that lack full-scale production teams. On the marketing and promo side, this is where things get really interesting. AI helps us craft personalized content, everything from campaign taglines to social media posts and email newsletters. We can analyze fan behavior, identify patterns, and send the right message to the right person at the right time. It's not scattershot anymore. It's precision engagement. We're even experimenting with visual content generation. Imagine being able to describe the type of chart or graphic you need, and AI builds it instantly. Batter performance versus lefties? Boom. Delivered in seconds. That's a game changer for both speed and visual storytelling. At the end of the day, this is about scalability. AI
That's
lets us
something
dramatically
novel, hey
expand our
David, to
content
have
coverage, more games,
stats show
more
up in
players,
the game
more
to the
fan.
fans. Oh, you're on mute.
Totally amazing. I'll drop that link in the chat, a little long, right? But great stuff there. I mean, I think how you can, what was it, last year they shortened the games? Not shortened the games, but had the new over
The pitch clock.
and the extra innings rule, right?
Yeah.
Where man stuff. You can kind of use AI almost like if you ever watch the Red Zone channel for football. Could that something like that happen for baseball that may help, I don't know, help it be a little more exciting?
I would think if I'm a baseball fan and I've got my phone or my tablet or my computer open and I love a certain kind of stat, I can tell it. You know what I love to know? Last year versus this year. Love it. I love to know, is he doing better last year versus this year? And some guys would say, or some women would say, I love to know last time against this team versus this time, last time against that pitcher. Those are the kind of custom stats you could do and just be like, okay, all right, Ohtani's pitching. How did he do last time against Ohtani? Because that's what counts, not how he did last week against the Mariners. It's like, how did he do last time against the Dodgers?
Right.
Because I'm talking about, baseball from the Blue Jays perspective when they win the World Series.
Hey,
So,
so we have 6 or 7 games. That's all I gotta say.
you know what? We'll see. Both teams can crush. And speaking about remembering last year versus last time, Claude is now giving you memory. So I've used ChatGPT with memory. Have you added the memory feature to your ChatGPT, David?
I have not. To my
Okay.
chat, add memory?
Yeah. To ChatGPT memory was from like a year ago.
Right. Okay, maybe
Yeah.
I did.
So
But
now I know there's so much. There's so much. So now Claude has a memory rollout. If you're a pro user or a max user, all right. This is interesting. There's so much that's new that I haven't even read this, that it syncs with ChatGPT. That just blew my mind. I did not know that. So
oh,
I know that there's so much that's new. This is from 21 hours ago, of which I went to the city. I went to an event and slept. And now there's new stuff even since.
right.
Um, so it says starting today, which is yesterday, memory is rolling out. The chatbot will remember your projects, contacts, and anything else you want it to remember. You can toggle it on and off, but when it's on, it's a faster, more natural collaborator. So it puts it in direct competition with ChatGPT, right? So it'll tell you a summary of the memories and the relevant chats. That's pretty cool. So it's going to eliminate the need to start over with every conversation for coding or a long-term project or research. It's going to remember them. And it's not new for ChatGPT or Gemini. We got that. But you can import and export. So, I mean, maybe this is just them trying to get headlines because it worked and I clicked it. You can bring in saved memory data from another account or previous session. If you've exported your memory, okay, so you can import a memory. It gives you a text or file containing the facts and instructions ChatGPT. Oh, okay, well that's nothing. That's just telling you should go ask ChatGPT for your memories and send them over. That's not really connected. You
Mm,
know, that's
interesting.
not that's not synchronized. That is not a synchronization. What is a synchronization is in Miro, right? So Miro has some new features, which is super cool. If you guys don't know, Miro is great. You should check it out. It's a whiteboard tool to share and digitally collaborate. So what's new with Miro is here, we'll look here. So Miro has sidekicks, right? Um, so now you've got these like pre-built sidekicks. And what you can, I did do a nerdy deep dive yesterday. What you can now do, David, is you can synchronize information on one board to other boards. So if you have clients and you're like, you know what, I want all of my clients to know Claude now has memory. You could update it on one board and synchronize it to all your other boards. So if you have a space with clients, AI sidekicks help you use the visual context of what's happening on the board, and flows let you create images and documents from the context you want, and you can link them all together. It's really, really neat.
Hmm.
So let's look at it. So right now, this is when you open up a new board. I mean, I'm a paying member. It's $5 or $10, but when you're a paying member, it now looks like ChatGPT when you sign on the board. Do you see
Wow.
this? Right?
Yeah.
It used to be a blank canvas, but I've toggled this on right here, this AI canvas beta. When you toggle it off, it looks regular, but when you toggle it on, all of a sudden, I could be like, make a note for each MLB team. And now the sidekick shows up on the left-hand panel, just like we looked at with ChatGPT's Atlas. This
Right.
sidekick shows up. Now, there's dad joke sidekick, roadmap strategy sidekick, visionary sidekick. You can make your own sidekick. So look at this. It gave me all the baseball teams in sticky notes.
Wow.
How cool is that, right? So now I can interact with it. Right? And it tells me over here, I'll create a sticky note. I've created the sticky notes. I could ask it to do other things, but you know what? Let's just see what else happens here. So now I'm going to add those to Canvas. They're on my canvas. I could do anything with them. I'm going to grab these guys right here. Okay. And I'm so brand new to this, so forgive me if this takes a second, but I can make a document, right? And I could say, give me a summary. Okay. Now, what's cool is this document has this purple dot, right? It's going to give me an overview of the American League East Division. We're talking baseball because it's the World Series today. Why not? And it should be pretty brief, right? Here's some teams. Cool. So now this is a flow tab, right? This little purple arrow. I think. See that? I just dragged it out. Now let's say I want slides. Okay. I'm going to hit the run tab, right? All I'm clicking is this run button. And it knows to make a slideshow from this box,
Oh my God.
right? So I've done hey, give me some sticky notes on baseball teams. Highlighted those yellow ones and just clicked give me a document. And now drag that little line and it's going to give me a slideshow. Right? And the best part is, David, is these slides are editable. I can go in, edit the text with a click, edit the background, move them around, duplicate it, add to them, turn it into a full screen presentation. I think I can download it. Miro got really cool overnight.
That's crazy. And how do they come out? Have you looked at the, more like
They're
yeah,
not bad. They don't look ridiculous, I'll tell you that. Sometimes these slides tend to look just like acid trip hippie tie-dye t-shirt of goopy swirling spiral backgrounds.
right.
This looks pretty good. It might take a second, but here we go. Right, we're going to get a slideshow. If I wanted to, I could start the presentation once it loads. Just seeing is what you can do. You can export as a PDF. You can add slides. You can copy the link. You can embed the slide deck. You can link to it. You can copy it as an image. You could save it as a template. And you could change the styles. I mean, it does take a second. That's okay. But it's still impressive because there's moments where you're in one software and you don't want to leave and come back, etc. Speaking of which, let's leave and come back. I bet you if we leave and come back, it'll happen. ChatGPT Atlas, we talked about that. Gemini, not a lot new from Gemini in the last couple days that I'm seeing. Same for Perplexity. The Comet browser might get some more news now that the Atlas browser is here. Allegedly, Elon says that Grok 5 has a chance of becoming the world's first AGI. Elon is pure hype. You know what I mean? Like, he delivers on his project, but the guy knows how to hype things.
Right.
Right. So that's new. He says that his estimate is 10% and rising. I guess that's it. Elon has, or I guess he's now smoking weed with Tupac, or smoking cigarettes. Anyway, if we didn't look at this before, did we look at Manus last week? That Manus has a 1.5 version.
No, well, you could do it because I think so. First of all, I know Manus is now being added to, or we talked about last week, adding to Microsoft, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
So
I heard it was added to Google. Is that true?
I don't know if it's added to Google. There's so much that's new. Like,
Yeah, somebody told me that
there's
late last night. I just haven't had a chance to check it.
oh no, I didn't share the right window. My bad. I'm trying to share sound, and I got click happy there and click the first one. So let's have a look at this. So this is Manus 1.5. If you're using Manus, you should know about it. And if you don't know about it, you should try.
But, yeah, we gotta go better now. Boom, boom, pow. Boom, boom, pow.
So if we pause it and just look at what that said, unlimited context, upgraded web app builder that you can build a full web application, right? With real backends, user logins, databases, and AI features to your apps. It seems super impressive.
Wow.
I think this is the details. So they've taken the task completion time from 15 seconds to 3 seconds. That's a huge leap. You can build complete web apps. You can build and deploy production-ready web apps entirely through conversation. No need to leave the platform. As a general agent, it leverages a full range of capabilities. Unlike your typical website builders, they can execute an entire value chain within a single context. So you can research, produce in-depth content, build the website, analyze the user interaction data, and generate insights or presentation slides based on those findings. So you can do complete back-end server infrastructure, not just the front-end code of like change the color, change the font. Built-in user registration, login, and management. That's massive, right? So now you can let people log in and do their thing. Persistent data storage for forms, user data, and application states. Like, it's worth checking out. If even one of those things means something to you, you should have a look at Manus, the 1.5 version that came out last Thursday, right after we did our latest podcast. This thing came out.
Manus is amazing.
I know.
I had a meeting with Evan yesterday in LA. We had a big meeting great meeting with Scott Alpertz after, and while he was driving home, in LA, it's 5 miles an hour on the freeway. On his phone, just dumped in the transcript, and then had a nice deck before he made it back to Huntington Beach. That he said to me, crazy, right?
That's amazing. For some reason, that didn't go. So let's try again. I wonder if it ran into issues with. Let's make an image. I wonder if it ran into issues with licensed images. This is Miro. It's running a one-step flow. The idea, though, David, is you can run a multiple-step flow. I think I could make images off of that and then connect those images all together and make a slideshow from the images and the information I liked.
Wow.
I know. It's worth checking out. It would have been much better if the demo worked right away. There we go. Look at this. Right? I mean, it's not perfect, but like you get the idea that like we asked a very complex image from a multi-baseball team look, but I mean, for the most part, those look like, no, that doesn't look good.
Oh, right. Also, the Ray. Yeah, look at the spelling. Like they got the Rays on the left, the Tamara Rays on the right.
Yeah.
Somewhere
But
or the ocean somewhere, but I can see where you're going. It'll improve, right? Next week they'll probably fix all the fails.
yeah. So you can like interact with this. I think I gave it a hard task because that's not really like a slideshow of baseball teams. I don't know what it was gonna show. But we'll see. We'll give it one more try. Google Labs, it's always interesting to look at what's up with Google Labs. If you haven't been playing with VO3, there's VO 3.1. I think this is cool. You can check out your fashion looks with Doppel, which is like doppelganger or double. Um, I mean, there's so much that's new, David. There's so much that's new. It's constant. Um, it's slideshows, it's images, it's video, it's browsers. Um, there's a whole lot happening. What else have you seen? What's on your radar?
Man, the ChatGPT browser started to dig into my laptop. Of course, left town yesterday, so now I'm totally behind. Automation, Gamma's added some things that are really cool. I've been having more PowerPoint, converting more PowerPoint people to Gamma, right? So that's been interesting. And just get it, again, my pledge to just use Notebook more and stay consistent for my companies, for my stand-up meetings, just to create that repository, I think is very important. Um,
Let me show you the Miro. I did one yesterday. It's not like a secret. I wanted to do one live, but it wasn't working. So I took a document from my screenwriting information, and I just went with this little arrow and ran the slides. Um, and then you can see here, like these little elements, I can move them around or delete them. Right? They're just decorative. But that's the cool thing is when these glitches show up, you can just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna delete them. Right? But I can make this say the latest. All right, and I can move it around, and I could make it bigger. Like this is the custom stuff we've been looking for. So it made this cool slideshow of my information. And then all these elements are interactable, right? In a way that felt like they should have been in other software, you know, cool fonts, right? Like it just feels more interactive. It feels like the best of both worlds of Canva and Gamma and ChatGPT as well. That you can like chat, get your ideas, put your own information in, put your own documents in. So those are flows where you just drag and drop and select from the arrow. The arrow it does more than slideshows. You can use the flows to create documents. And the thing I was going to show you, let's see if I can get that going. You know what? I'm going to save that for next time, so I'm not learning on the fly in front of you because I just watched the video yesterday. But there is that persistent change that we were saying about the Claude memory. There's persistent change. So if you're sharing those, there's all kinds of instances and reasons where you have one central bit of information, and then you want to share that out to other people. You can sync your notes. There's so much new. It was Miro had a 75-minute deep dive video. There's so much information to take in on how to save time. I think you have to pick and choose and just be like, oh, I'm going to get the 5-minute version of that. Or David and Brad told us that it exists and I'm going to go look at the details later. Because ladies and gentlemen, we can't give you 75-minute deep dives on all these things. We'd be here all week. Miro has sidekicks and flows. Claude has memory. ChatGPT, Atlas is your browser. Manus 1.5 can do apps. That's a lot, David, in 7 days.
Oh wow. Okay. See, I haven't played with the apps part yet. Okay. I'm doing
Oh,
it.
and I mean, check out Claude's skills. If we didn't look at that last time, Claude now has skills. Check those out. There's so much, man.
We're launching actually the Stone AI training next week. And right, skills, we could use that as we put stuff together. All right. See, Brad, now I got a ton more to do. There goes the weekend. Um Thank you, brother. Good luck tonight. Right tonight we start, I think.
Yeah,
The-
Game 1 World Series. This is the baseball edition of the latest.
okay, everybody, have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.